Well, it's a good thing Marvel has Werewolf by Night, something giving them good headlines, because lately it has not been good headlines for Marvel, and it's only gotten worse as, not one, not three, but four Marvel projects have now been delayed. Some by only a few months, others significant delays, and I think it all comes back to, one project and one project in particular that we talked about last week. Blade. Oh, Blade. I want to like you. You've got me really, really nervous. However, I think I have an idea about that later. So Marvel has decided to delay Blade, Deadpool 3, Fantastic Four, and Avengers Secret Wars. All of them are delayed. Now, Deadpool and Fantastic Four, I think, are only delayed by a few months.
Yeah.
But Fantastic Four got delayed from November to February, so that means it's not coming out in 2024 anymore. It's coming out in 2025. I'm going, dang it, Marvel! I don't care if your cookies aren't done in the oven yet. You let those cookies for Fantastic Four come out in a year ending in a 4. Gosh dang it, marketing is more important than the quality of your movie. Clearly. However, it's coming February 14th. So that's a fair enough compromise for me.
We'll take that. Yeah, we'll take
Whatever. Yep.
This Valentine's Day.
Not that soon. But Secret Wars, it means that Secret Wars is now like 4 years away, which I think is for the best. I always thought it was kind of a weird move to have Avengers movies coming out within 6 months of each other. I get that they're probably tied together, but I think the hype for Endgame was because we had a full year to hype it up and build it up. The most significant delay was Blade, and we talked about it last week. They're basically starting from scratch from Blade because the director left the project or was fired. I lean more towards fired. Supposedly the script was really bad, and Mahershala Ali is incredibly frustrated. So that's been delayed by almost a full year, like 10 months, I believe. So, yeah. And I have some of my own theories of what they should do, but before we get into all that, Josh, 4 Marvel projects have been seriously delayed. What's cutting to you the deepest, and are you surprised or not surprised?
I'm not going to use the word surprised here. I think I'm
disappointed.
Disappointed, but also like there's a part of me that's like, okay, cool. So they understand they're in a spot and that it's better to delay than release a bad product. To me, that's kind of oddly reassuring, in a sense, especially when some of these projects are ones I'm actually pretty excited for. I've maintained my excitement for Blade. I cannot wait for a new iteration. Can't wait to see what we do. We haven't had a good like vampire movie in a while. And what better way to have one that's Blade? I can't wait to see somebody do the Blade pose. I'm just excited.
Mother effers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
Exactly. I mean, but Deadpool 3 will be fun. Just now knowing that Wolverine is going to be in it, more specifically, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine is going to be in it. Honestly, take your time. I'd rather have a great movie than one that's been rushed. It is. I think the Secret Wars one for me makes the most sense. Like you and I said, look, having it 6 months after Kang just kind of feels rushed. I don't know. We don't know what the storylines are and all that, so maybe we're wrong on that. But
it only just got a writer, so
yeah, give us some time to get hyped, like at least a little bit, and at least put us in a position where we can go, oh, Kang put a bunch of pieces together. Now we can speculate where we're going with Secret Wars. I think the biggest disappointment for me is Fantastic Four. I think part of that is just because it has felt like we have been waiting for a Fantastic Four movie for close to a decade. Between
it will be a decade between movies.
Yeah, pretty much. So
no, Fantastic was 2015.
Holy crap. Okay, I didn't realize that. I was just meant because it feels like they announced it like 2-3 years ago, and it has felt so much longer just because partially because of the pandemic, but also because like we've been so excited and it feels like they keep putting it off. And to me, at the end of the day, like I've already said, I'd rather them delay and then have a fantastic product than rush through production and give us another multiverse of madness. So I'm definitely wary, but again, I'd rather that us have a good product to put out than for them to just rush through it. Like than them have a 90-page script
with only 2 action scenes. Yeah, this does
Yeah,
not
get
surprise
outta
me that
here.
it's getting delayed, because if you're looking at all 4 of these movies, only half of them have a director. Deadpool 3 has
Yeah.
Sean Levy. Fantastic Four only recently got Matt Shackman. But Secret Wars, no idea. If I was a betting man, which I am not, because I'm not smart enough for that, I would put my money on
stupid
Ryan
enough.
Coogler directing Secret Wars.
That name sounds familiar. Why do I know that
Black
name?
Panther.
Oh, okay. Okay,
And the
yeah.
first
Cool,
Creed
cool, cool.
movie.
Okay, yeah.
Just
I'm down.
because with
Absolutely.
both Black Panther and seemingly from Wakanda Forever, he's used to balancing really large casts, and Marvel clearly trusts him. That would be my guess for Secret Wars. Now we get to Blade, who just lost a director. Having seen a recent project of his, I think the door is wide open for Michael Giacchino to direct the Blade movie because of the job that he just did with Werewolf by Night. Now, granted, it's a different style of dark storytelling. It's blatantly an homage to the Universal monsters, but that has such specific attention to detail that I would not be surprised at all if his skills translate to other things. Plus, he's already worked with Marvel for a really long time. He did the entire Spider-Man trilogy with Tom Holland. I think he knocked it out of the park with the music. But his directing for Werewolf by Night was surprisingly great. And I think the tone of that could translate perfectly well to Blade. So it's also wouldn't be unheard of, because Kevin Feige likes to pick those obscure names that he trusts. So I'm putting my money on it now, more so than Ryan Coogler for Secret Wars. I can absolutely see, and I really hope, Michael Giacchino for Blade. If not Michael Giacchino, I guess I can settle for Mike Flanagan, but,
Sam Raimi coming back?
David F. Sandberg leaves Shazam to do Blade instead.
Dog, I mean, I don't want that to happen to Shazam, but I'd be down. Yeah. James Gunn makes a return for Blade.
No,
actually,
no.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that.
Nah, he's gonna be too busy with DC stuff. But it's just been a while since
DC makes movies now.
Let's just say, I think in about 3 weeks, we're gonna get some major announcements of some things.
Wait, no.
We'll stick a pin in that for 3 weeks if I'm right.
No, what?
We'll stick a pin in that for 3 weeks if I remember to. We'll see if I'm right about that. Probably not. It's just now this seems more likely of why we didn't get any Phase 6 announcements at D23 this past year. Just like we were expecting it, and maybe this is why, because they're just like, the stove is on fire, guys. We should probably, put the fire out before we start setting the table.
Yeah, absolutely.
And once again, we talked about it last week, but we got to reiterate it here. Kevin Feige needs help. He is stretched way too thin with these projects. I think had he not been dealing with so much other stuff and so many other projects, he would have caught the Blade problems a lot sooner. And that's apparently a lot of problems. It's just give the man some help. And also, this is probably what the MCU needed right now, is just let stuff breathe, because I feel like Marvel now we've got some new form of Marvel content literally every week that you got to keep on track of. I'm just like, let's just let some stuff sit for a little bit. Let's digest some stuff before we consume the next Marvel whatever. Like, that's allowed to be a thing, Feige and Bob Paycheck.
I definitely think that's more directed at Bob, because he definitely Feige, if the last 15 years have shown anything, Feige is totally okay with letting stuff breathe. He's totally okay with taking time with their storytelling. I mean, geez, that first arc was forever. But it definitely, like, I'm okay. Like I said, I'm okay with this. I'd rather have give everybody a little bit more time to get their feet under them, so we don't, like, all of a sudden start making terrible movies.